A forced landing has compelled Terry and the plane pilot Jude Hennick to surrender to the invader forces, although Connie escaped without being seen. The leader of these enemy soldiers who are besieging the Chinese town of Yankup is a crafty renegade named Clang. He has also discovered Terry's airplane spotter. And in today's transcribed adventure, we'll see what he does with it. Terry and the Pirates is brought to you by the makers of Libby's Tomato Juice, one of Libby's 100 famous foods. Gosh, kid, wasn't that great news Terry told you yesterday? To think that you can actually get Terry's official airplane spotter. A thrilling device just like the one he made for the commandos to show them how to identify airplanes. And you know how vitally important that knowledge is. Remember how Jude's plane was shot at by his own friends just because they didn't know how to tell a friendly plane from an enemy's? Well, these days, the difference between knowing a plane and not knowing it can mean the difference between life and death. And Terry's airplane spotter is such a swell way to learn planes. It's easy, and it's fun to learn a heap about planes with this tricky device. You'll sure have a wonderful time with your spotter. You want to send for it right away. Now, here is all you do to get it. Ask your mother to get 2 cans of Libby's famous tomato juice. It's perfectly delicious and a swell source of vitamins, too. Then take the labels off the cans, and on the back of one of them, print your full name and address. Mail the labels with 10 cents to Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. Now, that's an easy address to remember. It's just Terry in care of Libby's in Chicago. Gosh, but you'll be thrilled when your airplane spotter comes. It shows you how to identify 16 different makes of airplanes. And not only American planes either. British and German and Jap planes are included. You can play a grand game with your spotter, too. Either solitaire or with some other kids. You know, it's very likely that your mother has some Libby's tomato juice in the house right now. Look and see after the show. And send for your airplane spotter right away quick. Remember to enclose a dime and give your full name and address. Mail your order to Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. Libby's is spelled Libbys. And now, Terry and the Pirates. Yes, that spotter has given Clang a terrible idea. He is going to take Jude Hennick's plane and fly to the Sansoon Hills. There he will locate and bomb the Chinese commando forces, which include the Dragon Lady and Pat Ryan. But let's listen as Clang speaks for his prisoners. They're in the headquarters.
So your Chinese commandos are unable to identify planes, huh? No, that is really too bad. A good soldier should be able to tell one airplane from another. And you invented this very excellent device to teach the commandos, eh? I think another lesson will be of great help.
What are you getting at, General Clang?
I shall be the teacher this time, Mr. Hennick. I shall visit your commando headquarters in your plane. The men will learn a great deal when your own ship dives on them. They will learn to spot planes. Yes, indeed.
So you can't get Jude's plane off the ground.
It can be done. The plane has not been damaged. I have mechanics who can repair it. But this cardboard device intrigues me. What did you say it was called?
An airplane spotter. But even if you do get the plane in the air, even if you do find the commando headquarters, you won't find anybody with a machine gun or bomb.
A very sweet idea, General, but no go.
We shall see.
Because the commandos can identify all those planes you see on that card.
You forget. I shall strafe them with Mr. Hennick's own plane. They will hardly expect to be machine gunned by a friendly aircraft.
No, but they've been taught that every plane is an enemy plane.
Until positively identified. Exactly. Well, I shall give them plenty of time for that.
That's a pretty horrible trick. I've seen a lot of fighting in China, a lot of dirty work, but this idea is the top.
Yes, isn't it?
I have heard about General Clang, but I never expected a cold-blooded scheme such as this to sneak out from any man's mind.
My superiors will result. His sister waiting to the war, and I agree with him. Your airplane has been captured. You are prisoners of war. You shall die. And your plane should be turned against your own kind. Connie! Inside. Keep these men on the heavy guard until you receive direct order from me.
You finished with it?
For the moment. Tomorrow we may talk again before you and Mr. Hennick go on high. When I say to go on high, That is the Charlie's way of saying...
I know. It means to die.
But I will be back for my flight to the Sunsoon Hills before that happens. I will report the results of my journey.
Well, good luck. I hope you crack up in that special place reserved for invader generals.
Take them away, Shandy. Be gentle with them. They are most valuable to us at the moment.
As Terry and Jude are led away, and as the renegade Clang makes his plans to use Hennick's own plane against the commandos, let's turn to Connie, the Chinese servant who managed to escape the enemy. He saw Terry and Jude captured. He realized the great danger they were in, and so he fled back to the Sansoon Hills. All through the long night he traveled, hiding from invader patrols. And when dawn came, he was unable to go farther.
Well, where'd you find him, Wang?
Some on the road, I think that.
Well, he's in pretty bad shape, exhausted and unconscious. Anybody else with him?
Oh, no, see, it's look along the road.
Connie must have walked most of the way from wherever he was. He'll be able to talk as soon as he gets some rest. I'll look after him myself, Wang. Thanks for bringing this lad in. That's all for now.
That's all.
Poor guy, he's got news for me, and it isn't good. Hope nothing serious has happened to Terry and Jude. Feeling better, Connie? You sound better.
It's good soup, Mr. Ryan Pop. But now it's for make exclamation.
Okay, Connie, take it easy. You've told me just about all I need to know. Of course, I can't be expected to talk louder than that soup you're inhaling.
Connie has complete satisfied inside gentleman's stomach.
Good. Then give me that soup bowl before you play a new song. Now then, Terry and Jude are in the hands of Clang, and you traveled cross-country for 12 hours to tell me.
Yes, sir.
Well, what happened to the plane? Was it cracked up badly?
Is Hunky Doodle to fly? Engine stutters to make Mr. Doodle come down from here.
Oh, trouble with the motor, eh?
Speak such as so.
And you happened to be over a hill out of sight when Clang's men took Terry and Jude, eh?
I see all bad business from hiding. Is make Connie have new robber.
Well, you were smart to stay hid.
Is also lose airplane Philip.
Come again?
Is have Mr. Smith invader airplane air snake picture.
Oh, you mean the airplane spotter. Air snake pictures. You mean Eric Cobra, the plane. So you lost that too, eh?
I buy Mr. Doodle's plane. Connie see crane men pick up and walk with them. I'm honorable mad. Swear big things if so could think.
Well, you just lie there and relax. I gotta do some thinking. This is the time when the Dragon Lady can help, I hope.
Unfortunate that Mr. Hennick and Terry have fallen into evil hands. However, there is little we can do for them.
Well, of course, there's something we can do.
The Chinese boy, Connie, did he not estimate the men of Clang to outnumber us 3 to 1 or more?
All right. But those men are prisoners. They're friends of mine.
This commando group is not in the business of rescuing friends. You should realize that.
Okay, so we're in the business of raising old Ned with the enemy. Put it that way. Let's say we're going to get Clang himself. We're going to invade the enemy camp and nab him. Is that how you suit you?
And using that as an excuse, you intend to save your friends?
Well, that's somewhat the general idea.
You wish the commandos to risk their lives to save 2 Americans. I'm afraid I do not see the logic in your argument, Mr. Ryan.
Now, wait a
Let me
minute.
finish, please. If there was something which we could destroy, an ammunition dump or supply base, I could agree that a commando raid would be advisable.
Finished?
You may talk.
Now, look. I came to you about this because, and this isn't a very nice thing to say, but I came to you because you've got a mind that's quite as cunning and as crooked as Clang. He's bound to dream up something underhanded, and I believe you can do worse than he can.
I admire your frankness, but you cannot face me. I must have reasons for risking the lives of these commandos. You have not given me sufficient ones.
Well, it was all right when Dude Hennick flew his plane over that supply depot a few nights ago and helped pull us out of a jam. That was swell, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's turnabout is fair play. He's in trouble. His plane is in the hands of the enemy, and... Why, wham, I know what Clang will do. Sure, it's as plain as that frown on your face.
You do not know General Clang. You have no way of telling.
Yeah, he's a heel of the first order. He's got Terry and Dude. He'll make him talk one way or another.
Naturally.
And he's also got that airplane spotter. You'll find out what it's used for. And he'll fly over here and teach us a lesson not on that card.
He has yet to locate us, Mr. Ryan. The skeleton in the hills is well hidden.
He'll find it because he or one of his pilots will be flying Dude Hennick's plane.
He's flying Dude Hennick.
Sure, it's a perfect setup. Our men, our spotters out around those hills will see the ship. They'll think Dude and Terry are on their way back. The men out there will make no attempt to hide, and the next thing we know, zowie. Does that make sense to you? The Dragon Lady wants logic?
It's fantastic enough to impress me, Mr. Ryan. Very well. We shall make plans to raid the camp of General Flang.
That's all I want. You make the plans, and I'll see they're carried out.
This plane come out.
What's up, Lang? A plane on the way, just one?
It's flat.
Wait, I hear it. It is a single motor plane.
Let's get outside and see if we can see it. Lang, give orders for everybody to stay under cover, out of sight. Yeah, there she is. I can tell by the wings, the tail assembly. That's Dude's plane, all right.
Now we shall see if your deductions are correct.
It couldn't be Dude Hennick in that plane. He's a prisoner, and so is Terry. Wang! Wang! Tell that gun crew to stand by the guns. We're going to shoot that plane down if we can.
But what if by some strange event the pilot is Mr. Hennick?
Well, that's a gamble I'm going to take. Wang! Have the gun crew get ready to fire at that plane. Come on, Dragon Lady. Let's walk out in the open. I want that plane to see it. I want it to dive down here.
You may kill your own friends if they have managed to escape. Perhaps the Chinese boy was mistaken.
Then I'll be mistaken, too. All right, Wang, steady now. The plane's swinging in a circle. It's getting ready to dive. Now watch me for a signal and give it everything you got. That plane must be brought down.
Is Pat Ryan right in this sudden decision to shoot that plane out of the sky? That airplane spotter and all the other commandos would report it as a friendly plane. But in war times, you never can tell. Remember the big news Terry told you, boys and girls? The official airplane spotter that Terry thought up, the tricky device that shows you how to identify 16 different makes of planes. That spotter is ready and waiting for you. Yes, all you need is just one little dime and two labels from Libby's Tomato Juice. Just that. And this swell airplane spotter is yours. Think of the thrill you get when you see a plane zooming along and can tell right off what make it is. Now, that's what you can learn with this wonderful spotter of Terry's. All the leading makes of planes are in it. And, boy, is this spotter fun to play with. It's a great game as well as the most important, exciting kind of thing to learn. So send at once, tonight, to Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. 2 Libby's Tomato Juice labels, 10 cents, and your name and address. Believe me, life will be a whole lot more thrilling when you get Terry's official airplane spotter. Write to Terry in care of Libby's in Chicago. Now, for victory, patriotic Americans are buying United States war bonds and stamps. There's speed and flash and color in tomorrow's Transcribed Adventure, and again, that airplane spotter will play a part. Let's hope that Pat's daring decision will be the right decision, because the fate of Terry and Jude Hennick may depend on what happens. So get in on the thrill of the week tomorrow.